Hello, this is Almendorius, doing my first talk and play video. Ever.
Battle starts.
And I am doing it in World of Warships, playing my favorite Tier 5 destroyer, the Minekaze. Well, favorite so far. It'll be more interesting when other nations get added in. Now, I like the Minekaze for its combination of speed and stealth and long-range torpedoes. It has its second tier upgrade for torpedoes are reduce the speed somewhat, but give it a 10-kilometer range. Which means if you play your cards right, you can send continuous waves of torpedoes at enemy ships without ever being detected. That is, of course, unless they call in air support to try to hunt you down. As you can see, there are some complaints about the lack of maps in the game, but it is open beta. The game is just open beta for, I think, 2 weeks now. So it's only natural there's only going to be a couple of ships available. One of the things we are all hoping for, or at least a large number of the community are hoping for, are maps with weather. Different sea states, because right now they're all calm. There was a really good naval game out of several years ago now called Enigma Rising Tide, which not only could you do complete vocal control of your ship, but had a really, really good sea state engine. They were going to do multiplayer with that one, but sadly it never happened. Some sort of weird, I think, was it copyright or legal issues? One with probably copyright. Regardless, what am I fighting? A whole bunch of battleships, whole bunch of cruisers, very few other destroyers. If I'm lucky, most of the enemy destroyers are trying to go up the middle, and I can sneak around and start torpedoing battleships. Ooh, cruiser. Now, on the Minekaze, I like using the narrow spread of torpedoes. Now, some of those will probably miss, but it will make him change course and lose speed. And there's one of my favorite battleships, the HMS Warspite. Positively adore the Warspite. It is a phenomenally... yeah, those torpedoes will miss, but he has changed course. Anyway, the Warspite is a phenomenally fun ship to play. When it first came out, people were like, oh, the Warspite sucks because it has such low range on its gun, they turn so slowly. Well, then the American battleships came out, and even though the guns still turn really slowly, I do believe they have longer fire range than the equivalent Tier 6 American battleship, the New Mexico. And if I'm not mistaken, yes, the Warspite has 15-inch guns, the New Mexico does not. However, in my opinion, the New Mexico is a better brawler because it has triple turrets. Basically, I'm probably misusing the term. 3 guns in a single turret. It has 4 of those, which is extremely potent. Is it 4 or 3? I suppose if I run into an enemy New Mexico, I'll be able to find out for sure. Let's get to see if I can get some torpedoes on that Warspite. And there's the Kawachi. Now, a lot of people are down on the Kawachi because it's slow and has very little anti-air, and its guns are short range. However, it is only a Tier 3 battleship. I personally like the configuration of the guns, simply because it means the 2 of your guns will be able to rotate in faster on a... how to put it? You'll always have a set of guns ready to turn in and hit a target faster than the centerline mount guns on most other battleships. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a spread here. I sometimes do that particular spread if I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to hit an enemy target with them. because of enemy evasive action. Now, that is funny. That Phoenix may actually run into my torpedoes, which would be hilarious. Oh my. I feel sorry for him.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
I actually do feel sorry for him because he was not my intended target, and that was actually a very mean fate. I'm gonna fire some more off at that Kawachi. I do still have allies in the area, which is good. Have to check that out. Oh man, I hope that destroyer is not going to turn into my torpedoes. No, he did not. Excellent. That's always a concern. But my torpedoes were in the water long enough, he should have been able to see them. Not really caring if I'm going to detect him. I'm going to try to help take that Warspite down. Unfortunately, for me, his guns are facing my direction. 2 torpedo hits scored on the Kawachi. And sunk the Warspite with my guns.
Battleship foundered.
Very, very enjoyable. That is why I still enjoy using guns, even as a Japanese ship. Specifically, Japanese destroyer. Now, Fox 4's, yep, he was the Warspite. Not a bad game so far. Unfortunately, this will not be my double. My double ended on a very sour note last time. I encountered someone in a Minekaze who knew how to really use his torpedoes really well. And yes, I did do 4 reelies. That is how much praise I want to give the gentleman in question, or lady, for using the torpedoes the way they did. Most times when you engage enemy destroyers in a torpedo duel as a destroyer, they will try to unload all the torpedoes at once on you. Even I'm guilty of doing this. However, that is not the sensible solution. The Minekaze is an especially good ship for fighting other destroyers because of the 3 dual tubes. Because then you can fire one set, force the enemy to turn, fire another set, which may hit the enemy, but generally by then you have forced at the very minimum, forced the enemy destroyer to carry on in a turn, which then allows you to hit them with the third torpedo volley, because they'll have bled off enough speed that the turning is not as effective as it was at first. Now, there's an enemy cruiser behind this mainland. I'm going to turn... Oh, I have been detected. Not good. Yeah, here come the cruiser shots, as you can see. Effective scouting by that Minekaze. Trying to adjust my speed and range. Now, some of you are probably saying, why are you firing your torpedoes now? Well, there's a good chance that that thing will close in. How are they spotting me now? There's a good chance that they will travel into my torpedo range.
Engine boost activated.
Yeah. I am in a bad situation. Whew, didn't take out my engines yet. Ugh, I keep getting detected, it's annoying. Try to get that guy off my back. Because he is what detecting me, and he is what is going to cause me to be sunk by that cruiser. And this is why I find destroyers a nuisance. Actually, any ship, I find engines are very easy to be taken out. But it's a special nuisance in a destroyer. Ah, one of my guns is gone now too. It's a special nuisance in a destroyer because speed and maneuvering is your life. Have some. Oh, naturally, he turned slightly and they missed. There, I got a hit on him there. And he missed me. Clever. Give him props for that. Zigzagging.
Torpedoes to port.
Now he's using the widespread and short-range torpedoes. And that's the reason why I prefer the 10-kilometer ones. If I can get any sort of distance on him, then he'll be in, he won't be able to hit me and I'll be able to hit him.
Engine
Ho ho ho! Nice dodge. I have to give props for that.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes to port.
Ooh, lots of torpedoes incoming from me. Ow. Hit, no damage. And he has slowed down, and I do believe he is getting ready to fire torpedoes again. However, I think I've got him now. Yes.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Give credit where credit due, he did some really good maneuvering there, but in the end, I damaged his either his engines or his rudders, and he couldn't do any real turning. Now, with my luck, I'm going to run face first into a cruiser and regret it. But that chaser, that's a prime example of one of the reasons why I enjoy this game so much. It was so much different than something in World of Tanks, because in World of Tanks you're busy scooting around trying to change your angle of armor, get the better angle of attack on the enemy tank. In this one, it was just a matter of using your knowledge of turns and dodges, as well as the capabilities of your ship to your advantage, and it was relative equal footing. I mean, yes, World of Tanks has a high degree of, well, some people would say high degree of skill, but knowing how to angle your tank and such, it does require, and especially on the fly, it does require a great deal of skill. Haha. Now those may or may not hit. However, I find in World of Warships it's much more skill-based. You have to be able to dodge. You have to know how to mitigate damage. Oh, as a side note, yes, four 3-gun turrets. Now that is going to be an extreme range, extremely risky launch, but he is traveling towards where I am, which means it's possible for my torpedoes to hit him at extreme range. At the very least, it'll alarm him and maybe cause him to turn, which might save an allied ship. Like that poor unfortunate battleship, which is facing off against the entire enemy team of 4 cruisers and single battleship remaining. Ouch. Tempting, but no. Right now is not the time to fire. Let's have a look. Oh, he's turning. He's trying to avoid, but he turned the wrong way. He just ate 5 torpedoes. I believe in giving a measure of assistance to people that obviously make silly mistakes. And I do believe that ship is driving in reverse. Which I find somewhat amusing. We have a friendly battleship going through the land. Yeah. Well, at this stage in the game, really, that is the smartest move to make. Simply because as a battleship, you would never make it around the island in time. Now, they are all beyond my range except for that cruiser, which looks like it's going to eat some torpedoes. Lack of situational awareness. Boom.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Highly unlikely I'm going to come out of this one alive. New York, fighting against mostly intact Cleveland. Mexico only has 1/3 of its health left, but yeah, the rate of fire of the Cleveland is just going to eat them alive. Or eat that captain alive. Sad fact, but true. And I am not going to risk having this be a loss by going in. Launch some torpedoes that way and hopefully still encounter them.
You are the last hope.
And that was an amusing thing. Would have been nice to win that, I mean, considering the hefty amount of damage I have done, but no. Oh my lord, some of those torpedoes may actually hit target. No. Game over. Chicken. Smart. Oh, let's have a look at a draw. Nearly 2 grand experience. 10 torpedo hits, 12 shell hits, 2 critical hits, 4 sunk, 2 set on fires, and 8 flooding. I do love it. That puts me at the very top of the heap when it comes to experience earn. Detailed report. 82,533 damage from torpedoes. I love the Minekaze. It is simply the most fun Tier 5 destroyer, at least to me. But anyway, that has been a rather successful, even if we didn't win, video for the Minekaze destroyers. I do hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I had playing it. And I do apologize for my rambling commentary. Anyway, folks, anyone that's actually watching this, thank you for watching, and have yourselves a fantastic day.